I have a question for the men. What the fuck do you want?
Next question is from 713 Clown. If I were to dedicate a workout to only the essential 5, squat, deads, rows, bench, and overhead press, what order would you do them in?
Oh, for sure squat, right?
Yeah.
Then dead, and then probably
row, bench, and overhead press.
Yeah.
That's how it. You know what's funny? Just those exercises right there, you get a pretty good physique. Just doing that, you know? I mean, it wouldn't be perfect because you're not getting rotation.
It's the minimalist sort of concept, right?
But you'd get a great workout. I would even take it a step further. Here's the deal. At some point, I don't think it's a great idea to always squat and deadlift in the same workout. I think that the risk of injury gets a little high. Definitely if you deadlift before you squat, which I never think is a good idea.
Right.
But even when you deadlift after you squat. So with a routine like that, if you were super minimalist, and let's say you did 5 sets of every exercise. And by the way, I trained a lot of clients like this often. Yeah. They'd come in and this is all we would do. I like to alternate squat and deadlift. So if you're coming in 3 days a week, one workout, we do squats. The next workout, we do deadlifts. The next workout, we do squat, and so on.
That's exactly how I would train for a while. I went through a period of doing 5x5s, and that was, I would alternate my squat and my deadlifts on different days. And so I would like pretty much use it accordingly to that, but like keep those main lifts and then just keep it really simple. And I had, you know, good results as a fact of that as well.
Well, with that logic, you would do the same thing then with overhead press and bench too, because after you bench press, you're not able to lift the same you are on overhead press as you would do if you were completely fresh.
Yeah, but the injury risk isn't there. Like squatting and deadlifting the same workout, your low back is very vulnerable.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, if you bench press and then you decide you're going to go super heavy on overhead press, I would argue the risk for low back injury is just as high. Really all it is that if you squat and dead in the same routine, and you should do it in that order for sure, you're gonna be a lot weaker because you just squatted going to the dead. So you have to modify the weight. You have to do a weight that is significantly lower than what you could do as your max lift or 80-90% of your lift. So that's and the same thing goes true when you go row bench press. After you do bench press, you're not going to do your max overhead press because you're definitely going to be fatigued from bench press.
Yeah, but and I'm saying eventually, right? If you're a beginner intermediate, you're probably okay. But if you look at like powerlifting routines or strength athlete routines, they rarely deadlift and squat in the same workout. Typically, it's either a squat.
Yeah, because they're also chasing max lift. That's why.
It's just
they're chasing after a max lift. If you're a person that's just training, this routine to me is completely fine 3 days a week. And as long as you modify the intensity of the weight, there's nothing. This is a great routine to run 2-3 times a week, every week.
I mean, you definitely can do it. I would just say at some point when you get more advanced, you might be better off alternating those two, in my personal opinion. But if you do them all, you will squat first. So we'll go squat, deadlift, row, bench, overhead press in that. Actually, in that order.
Yeah, the order is perfect. You just got to know that when you go to overhead press and you go to deads, you're going to be fatigued from the previous exercise.
Right.